Здравствуйте, товарищи. Ну что ж, мы с вами продолжаем играть в Spellforce. Какой Spellforce The Order? Чуть не сказал The Order of Dawn. Spellforce 3, конечно же. Spellforce 3. Да, сегодня так поздновато. Прошу прощения. Немножечко время от времени так это покашливаю. Ну, приболел, сами понимаете, бывает. Слава богу, не той гадостью я от нее защищен, как говорится. Мы с вами в прошлый раз остановились на том, что нашли корень проблем. Все у нас говорит о том, что Исама Тахар, отец главного персонажа, замешан в этой всякой дряни под названием Кровавый жар и гибели многих людей, которые на данный момент сейчас происходят. Мы собрали все камни, полностью восстановили работу создателей. Давайте посмотрим, что тут дальше. Сейчас нужно пробраться нам на территорию крепости и зажечь Божий камень, чтобы нам выслали подкрепление. Ага. Тут и королевская армия. Так, здоровье мы им не восстанавливаем. Ага, это такие же враги, понятно. Прекрасно. Давайте жбахнем огнем. Ой, как хорошо. О, нифига себе. Крушитель-то такой мощный, однако, которого мы вызвали. 27-31, неплохо, он так атакует. Еще чуть 16 уровень поднимем, к вопросу. Так, гребаные электрички. Они нам помешают? Хорошо, что нет. Пак ушел. А мы все... Ох ты, нифига себе, хороший шлем. Хороший шлем, хочу сказать.
Now would you look at that?
Перед тем, как ходить в центр карты, надо разобраться. Полностью эту карту изучить. А это кто такой?
Look at that, more Nortander folks. No, I still haven't seen that man.
What are you talking about?
Oh, so you're not with the Royal Army. Thank the Guardians. I was getting sick of their questioning. They're looking for someone, a traitor apparently. Which leads me to the question, who are you if you're not with them?
I'm here to explore that castle.
Explore? Well, good luck with that.
And who are you?
Me? Just a lost soul on the search for meaning. Just as my men.
Какой-то безземельный феодал.
What's the story behind that castle? The Eye.
You don't know?
Well, I've heard the rumors. House
Ну
Wait,
да,
they're
да. И
sent
сам
into
Тахар.
madness.
Нехороший товарищ-то.
Some 100 years ago, Parzival Waite, the head of the family who once lived in that lovely ruin on the island, contracted some disease and went completely and utterly bonkers.
How?
Well, he started seeing things, had those dreams of a white city, and said that something is coming to devour the world and that he has to stop it. At first, his wench, they didn't have heirs yet, and rumor had it she was barren. She lost her mind too. They started putting up crosses everywhere to keep that
Это, видимо, местные жители, судя по всему.
and eventually
Выжившие
started
после
sacrificing
всего
their servants to
этих
the
проблем.
renegade gods to ask them for help. The story got out, and the villagers, at that time there were more, stormed the castle and hanged both him and his wife. End of story.
Так, тут я смотрю, пока электричество приезжало, глючило опять, да? Ну ладно.
And I guess all those weapons help with that search.
Well, what did you think they're for? Jokes aside, we're mercenaries. But with all that shit that's been going on, we're not so keen to get our... So we just went for a long hike into the blue, and this lovely place is where we ended up. It may look hostile, but the wilderness
Так
has
это
plenty of
вырыбачили,
fish to
значит.
catch and plants to eat, so it's actually not that bad.
So there's really no one living in the marsh anymore.
Hardly. There's a small village to the east, Batham or
На
something like that.
востоке.
But I wouldn't advise you to go there. At least not as long as this storm's going on. All that
Ага,
bloody rain
значит,
has
выше
turned the roads into
посмотрим.
damn death traps.
How so?
You're joking, right? You're in a damn swamp here, friend. One false step and you'll end
Ну
up as a
да,
mummified corpse
тупаков
on the
тут
bottom of
много,
these
вон
ponds.
королевская армия.
If you sell swords, can we hire you?
What for?
We want to storm the fortress.
Do you? That's ambitious.
No.
All right. We'll help you if the pay is right.
А сколько у меня денег? Слушай, а я тебе
How's this?
заплачу.
Let me see. Yes, that's fair. Well then, let's get started, shall we?
А чё нет?
Break us
Чё
over,
нет?
boys. Get moving.
Поверьте, нам понадобится тут это дело. Тем более, с учетом ценных вещей, что я могу их продать, я могу себе это позволить, кстати. Вопрос. Так, что за шлем? Ну, у меня получше будет. Так. Ты. Бронька, 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 бронька. Точно такая же бронька на тебе стоит. Ну, у тебя хорошая. Отрицательный эффект все снимает, конечно, отличная штука. Это от огня, это от льда защищает. Это белый урон. Ну, так как нежить, тут лучше белый урон оставить. Пригодятся нам наемники.
Interesting.
Нельзя сказать, что нет. Да я читал, Игорь. Так вот кто надо мной троллит, да? Это меня троллит, оказывается, да? Кстати, что-то я тут пропустил. А, ну это жертвенный круг типа того. Нафиг он нам нужен.
Just give the word.
Secret guides me.
Так, давайте тебе здоровье восстановим.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Тут, кстати, эти вояки были, по-моему. Да, конечно.
Got it.
Я так и понял, В любом случае, спасибо за то, что поддерживаешь. Приятно, честно говоря. Чё ж, говорится, скрывать, что приятно. Так, вот, наверное, деревушка вот эта. Давайте посмотрим, что... О, нифига себе, а что тут? Что тут-то? Мне
The bridge is
интересно.
broken. Must have been the storm.
Да, мне вот сюда интересно. Как туда попасть? Давай сюда. Можно пройти?
Fine
Как?
plan.
Нет. А как там пройти? Ну давайте. Блин, а как туда попасть-то тогда? Если болото там. А, во, тропинка. Эй,
No, there's no getting through here.
блин, кто здесь постарался? Негодяй. Ну, посмотрим. Но он историк, в смысле профессиональный тоже? Или как? Или так называется просто? Ник себе придумал историк, а на самом деле нет. Я же, как говорится, professional history. Историк, да? Профессиональный поэт. Я сам не люблю эти англицизмы, блин, и сам их использую. Нафиг это.
Sure.
Will do.
Нам сюда не надо.
As you want.
Блин, сколько у вас тут? Давай арбалетчик заберем сначала.
You read my mind. They will fall.
Но это вход в крепость, нам она не нужна пока. Потом мы туда зайдем.
You got it.
Fine plan. Yes, of course.
Так, тут карпель стоит.
Helen's reigns. Hard to believe there was a time when people actually lived here.
They still do in the east. And while the environment may be hostile, I do not think the villagers have many
Ну
troubles
это
with
да.
raiders.
Зато нежить беспокоит. Зачарованный кожаный доспех. А ничего так зачарован. Так, может быть я кому-нибудь там могу его переодеть. Зачарованный кожаный доспех. Где он тут был? Или недоступен он? Ладно. Он, кстати, я продать могу. Мантия могущества, волшебная мантия концентрации. Прекрасно. А, да, выносливость 5 надо. Этого, да. Кстати, лес Искандера бы надо будет потом вернуться. Леса Искандера, когда ловкость прокачаю. Тут Ленни, запасы Ленни. В первой части она была зеленая. Давай. Давай, Игорь, давай.
Will do.
В любом случае, спасибо.
I don't think we should go there. The storm has completely soaked the ground. It would be too dangerous.
А как нам сюда пройти? Да. А, вот. Он станет сломан. Ну вот тропинка я вижу.
Let's see.
Запустение тут, что говорит. Нифига себе, 10 зелий концентрации. Это мягко выражаясь. Офигенно. Это уже замок сам. Ну, блин. Ну, это значит не сам замок, тут переправа, скорее всего. Замок тоже вот он, по-моему. Хотя вот он, подождите, вот. Божий камень. А нам никуда дальше и не пройти, блин. Как нам туда пройти? Я хочу сюда.
This is it. Huh. Strange that Sentenza hasn't reacted by now. He must have heard the fighting.
Maybe the storm drowned the noise? It's possible.
But not likely.
На тебе. Потом мы это дело активируем.
Fair enough. Let's do
Я
this.
хочу исследовать дальше.
Let's see. Interesting.
Ох, нифига себе. А, этого не будет. Что за... Нифига себе. Хочу сказать. О, уровень подняли, ничего. О, да вы чё? Да вы чё, уровень подняли? Не, вы серьезно? Так. Что мне нужно, во-первых, здесь? Что-то я тут хотел, у меня, в принципе, все тут открыто. Единственное, поле. Интеллект. Магическое сопротивление повышает. Вот и думаю, что выбирать. Так. Урон от автоматических атак. Почему урон не повысился? Ну ладно. Так. Ловкость. Интеллект. Восстановление концентрации нам не нужно. У нас боец. Ну, ловкость давай. А, ну вот от ловкости зависит. Отлично, 55-58. Слушайте, давайте мы вот это вот и выносливость прокачаем, чтобы более лучше доспех одеть на меня. Ну, правда, а смысл ей? Тогда может быть 30. Блин, я бы сбросил, ну ладно. Я бы ловкости ей бы поднял, ну ладно. Тупанул. Лук у него хороший, кстати. Ладно. Давай критический удар повысим вероятность. Так, ты у нас типа маг. Если 6 выносливость. Так, это от чего у нас зависит урон? Давай сила воли повысим тебе. Так, ты вообще, товарищ-то хороший, такой и такой. Восстановление концентрации. Обвинение. Давай, я обвинение часто использую. 18-18 неплохо. Так, гор. У нас выносливость неплохую имеешь. У тебя доспех хороший, кстати. И шлем хороший. Посох, белый урон. Белый урон еще из-за нежити нужен. Вот. И у нас страдает. Черная магия. И огонь. А нет такого. Здесь концентрация. Дополнительный урон, тип черная магия. Хорошо. Если мы вот так вот сделаем.
Yes.
38, значит. Ну, неплохо, кстати. Сила воля. Мантия могущества. Броню ослабляет. Но зато сила стихий. О, вот это что? Выносливость 7. Блин. Но у него тогда с защитой проблем будут. Ладно. Так, огонь. Его мочить будут так. Хотя он у нас на передовой не сражается, у него шлем хороший. Так что пойдет. Хорошо, 23-23. А если мы... 23-23. А, ну... А затраты сколько? 15. 11. 11. Он 215, 215. 172. 86, 86. Ну да, вот это лучше на него могущество, конечно. Так. Куда мне ему вставить это умение? На 9%. 9. Ну да, мощнее становится, конечно. Тотем земли. Ну, как-то так.
Ага.
Потом сейчас активируем. Не хочу торопиться. Может получится там что-нибудь, да. Нифига себе. Блин, я бы вот это и арбалет дал. На чьи силы надо прокачать. Блин, прокачаем. Офигенный арбалет просто. Лук это хорошо, конечно. Он чуть побыстрее будет. Но это если бахнет, так бахнет. Тут болото у нас, да? А, ну мы отсюда пришли, чё сюда бежать? Давайте попробуем. Да, нас туда не пускают, все мосты сломаны просто. Хотя, давайте вот сюда пройдем. Что-то меня интересует, что здесь. Вот не сломанный мост, кстати. И что-то есть еще.
Sounds like a plan. That way? You got it.
Ящик, что ли?
Let us make this quick.
Ох, как выносит, конечно. Но урон получает знатный. Так, была ночь, стал день.
Get ready.
Кажется, эти мосты сломали все. Хорошие люди.
Fine.
Блин, а почему мы не можем там пройти? Меня прям это бесит, что мы не можем пойти и исследовать все это дело. Почему? А я хочу.
Sure.
Придется, значит, в крепость идти. Ладно, хоть 16 уровень у нас имеется, это уже хорошо. Пятьдесят 58, блин, очень быстро. Атакует, конечно, мощный товарищ. 50 очков здоровья.
That's the godstone Bertrand was talking about. Let's light it.
Harbinger. Carpal.
Ну, сам глава этого прибыл сюда. Ничего себе, однако.
Good work, Tahar. The All-Father clearly smiles on us. So, this is where you believe the bloodburn comes from. Interesting. When Aenir told me the pariah's blood was involved, I didn't take it so literally. Time to end it.
First of all, we need to get through the gate. Why hasn't General Noria reacted yet? Even if he didn't notice the fighting, he must have seen this teleport.
Because he wants to be the one who ends it.
How do you know?
Because I know men of his kind. He's proud and consumed by his hatred. And he wants to be the one to take you down.
Ну да, он считает Тахар предатель. Как-никак.
But the purity is under the Lord Marshal's protection. He can't just kill you.
Well, both Lord Marshal Arendir and the General know by now that I helped you. And even though the evidence wasn't enough to officially sentence me, it will be. The only reason the Lord Marshal was willing to cooperate with the purity for so long was because we had the people behind us. We were always a thorn in their sides. And this, me helping a deserter...
Then you're taking quite a risk being here.
I'm not. I've told you before. All that is happening is happening.
And what now? How do we get past the gate?
Let me take care of it.
Жахнет, наверное. Сломает. Нифига себе. Главный противник.
General Naria, are you ready?
Aren't we walking into a trap?
A battle, but not a trap. Just trust me.
2000. Нифига у тебя, блин, здоровья, хочу сказать.
Zaraka.
Yes.
Commander. At your command.
What do you want?
Sounds like a plan. Walking right into the lion's den. This has to be by far the most foolish thing I've ever done.
Just trust the Harbinger. He knows what he is doing.
И никто не атакует, да?
Yes, of course.
Ну-ка.
Speak to the general.
Did you say something?
Хорошо. Поговорим так, поговорим.
Yes.
Я чувствую, не слишком удачно наш разговор
That way?
будет протекать.
Let's see. There he is. Now would you look at that?
7000, блин, здоровья, нифига себе. Хочу сказать. 7000, блин.
So, what's the plan?
Got it.
Гильдии творцов, это интересно. Так. Время перезарядки заклинания снижено на 30%. Нифига себе. Конечно, усилим, блин. Блин, 7000.
What's next? Interesting.
So this is how it ends.
It doesn't have to.
Doesn't it? What do you suggest, Corporal Tahar? That I let a traitor run free? Together with his lunatic cultist friend who is scheming against the crown? No.
These people in Leonon were innocent. How often do you want me to tell you?
You didn't know! All you had was the word of some elven traitor, yet you risked the life of an entire city for it. Believe me, of all the atrocities I've seen in war, almost all of them are caused by people believing they are doing the right thing. Because that's all it was.
У него
You didn't want to
бомбануло-то,
save
а.
those villagers because you thought they were innocent. You did it because you wanted to be the savior. Vanity. That's what it was all about. And I get it. Part of this is on me. I thought I succeeded in making you a warrior, a servant of the crown, but I failed, and I didn't even see it. You're just like your father.
By the light, General, we both want the same thing. To end the bloodburn? Shouldn't we be helping each other instead?
You're as bad as them, Corporal. Enslaving yourself to this madman rather than facing death like a soldier. You're just a coward.
That's not...
Don't, Bertrand. It's pointless.
We know where the bloodburn comes from, Sentenza. It's this castle. If you kill me, we may never stop it.
Why? What can you do that we, the Royal Army, can't? But thank you for the information. I had been wondering what the fabled Rondar Lacane and the prodigal Corporal wanted in this marsh. Now I know.
You couldn't stop the bloodburn even if you killed us. It's not how Aenir wills it.
Well, we'll see about that.
There needs to be another way.
No, there isn't. Men, you know what to do.
На. Понесло ж тебя, блин.
Got it.
What do we need?
Here we go.
Эх, блин, тупарь. Печально, конец.
This This is wrong.
He's gone. I'm sorry it had to come to this, Tahar.
It was his choice.
Да. Жалко. Я знаю, что тебе не жалко.
It was. Now let us end this. Whatever causes the blood burn is right below our feet. And maybe even some more answers to the questions you've been asking yourself all along the way.
What kind of answers?
Well, maybe there was more to your father than you thought.
Tell me, given that we find and cure the bloodburn down there, what then?
Then we are one step closer to the return.
I'm ready.
Good. Bertrand, you secure...
Of course. Good luck to you, my friend. My prayers are with you. Tahar, what is it?
How do you feel about Sentenza's death?
Honest answer, I don't know what to feel. I mean, did you listen to him? Anselm framed us. He provoked this. But still, it was as if Sentenza didn't even try to listen. I don't understand. He wasn't like that before the war. So I guess the Harbinger is right. He was simply too consumed by his own hatred. Well,
Sure.
you too.
Погоди. Сначала разберемся с его остатками войск жалкими. Понятно, они отступили.
Sure.
Бежали!
Fine.
Let's
Мне
see.
это интересно.
Good move.
Commander.
Что это?
Blocked.
Понятно, что закрыто. А с заклинанием не можешь это? Дополнительный огненный урон. Хорошо. Давай посмотрим, может 4 дадим лук. Да, чуть скорострельнее.
Yes?
Нет. Нет уж.
As you descend
посмотрим.
the dank stairway of Castle Waite,
Я-то помню,
a
что
memory
тут
flickers
было.
across your mind.
So this is it. Intriguing.
This place is definitely where the strange magical signature of the marshland comes from.
But what causes it?
We will find out soon enough.
Yes.
Yes?
Understood.
Get ready.
Whatever
Между.
necessary.
Это откуда тут?
A fine plan.
You read my mind.
Ох, нифига себе, отродье.
What's next?
Демон, нифига себе. Призрачное отродье даже, это непростое. Ну, демон, по сути.
Tiara's breath. What was that?
It looks human.
I highly doubt that. Whatever they are made of, it's not real flesh, and they don't have any aura, not even a leftover. They have either been dead for a very long time or never were alive to begin with.
What are you implying?
That they've been created somehow. Didn't you tell us about this nightmare you've had since you were a child, Tahar? The one in which you saw these bizarre constructs.
Of course. These are the things from my dream.
That's interesting, to say the least.
А потом пойдем.
They will fall. Now would you look at that?
Меня ящички интересуют. Ух
Alright,
ты ж.
here goes nothing.
Да, тотем, конечно, хорош, блин. Очень мощное заклинание.
Zerek guides me.
Ага. Мы вот отсюда пришли. Все, хорошо. Значит, ничего не пропустили.
Fine.
Не люблю ничего пропускать. Ну, вернее, не хочу, вернее, ничего пропускать, поэтому...
Yes, of course.
Это что это? Блин, фига он тут, блин, демонологией занимался прям конкретно.
Let's see what we can do.
Just give the word.
You'll regret this.
Нифига себе. Мощный монстр. Как нам бы сюда пройти?
As you want.
Blazes, do you see that?
It walks by the light.
Ты видишь, блин.
It reacts. This is...
Do you... What happened here? Huh. It seems to understand us. At least a little. What are you? Do you know anything? I think we're...
We should kill it.
What?
This entire place. It's a blasphemy.
I disagree. Creating life from dead flesh, life that persists and is able of primitive sentience, it's a...
Just what I'd have expected of a defiler.
We will not kill this thing.
All right. Then do as you wish.
Не виновата она. Собственно, что такое, если не враждебно. А как бы нам вот сюда попасть-то? Ну, ёпрст.
Got it.
You have my attention. Yes,
А,
of course.
вот он путь, что ли, или чего? Да нет, тут стена. Ладно. Блин, ну как туда попасть-то?
Understood. Interesting.
Все проще, чем я
Let's
думал.
see.
So, Lacane, you foresaw all this in your vision.
Not this. But I knew that the pariah was the key to the Bloodburn. I had no idea it would be Asamo Tahar's child, and I didn't know about this place. Otherwise, we would have come here earlier.
Гробница. Опять же, ну не гробница.
A fine plan.
Конечно, эксперименты тут, конечно, вообще. Наэкспериментировался, блин.
Blasphemy. No human should have the power to shape life like this.
Это я с тобой согласен. Это караул просто. Чё вытворил этот? Ёпрст, блин. Смотри, насколько он мощный, блин. Ух ты. Нифига себе. Хочу сказать. Это настолько... Это такой же офигенный шлем. Абсолютно точно то же самое. Блин, выглядит он только более пафосно. Но у меня доспехи же золотые. Пусть так и будет тогда. Так, давайте сохранимся, чтобы зайти не туда. То мало ли, зайдем условно туда, куда, ну, раньше времени. Я бы не хотел, я бы все бы желал бы исследовать.
Whatever's necessary.
Мощный какой, а?
What's next?
That way? Here we go.
I will do as I must.
Ничего так. Это что это? Короче, тотем.
You read my mind. What do we need?
Мощно, мощно, ничего не скажешь. Кстати, огонь тут кому-то нужен был. Вот к этому слаб. Ну, лед у него нормально. Вот я бы на огонь поменял бы как раз таки. А это как раз таки другое дело.
Zaraka.
So, what's the plan?
Мы прекрасно знаем, теперь нам туда не нужно. Мы, ребята, мы изучаем другое. Другие территории. Сначала, потом призраком там будем говорить и так далее.
As you require.
All right, here goes nothing.
What is
Sounds
it?
like a plan.
Now would you look at that?
Пять. Странно, конечно, все.
Get ready.
Маг.
Yes. Interesting.
Yes, of course.
Портал какой-то.
Here we
Everything
go.
has an end.
Let's see.
Fine.
Портал. Подумаем сейчас, чтобы туда пройти. Вот
Now
чуть
would
не
you look at
заметил.
that?
Good move.
Let us make this quick.
Однако. Понятно, это ни о чем.
got it.
Это не конец, это хорошо. Я сам-то не помню, что тут внутри происходило. Давно это я проходил. Конечно, страшное местечко. Жутковатое. По типу, как с Дьявола это. Интересно. Давайте сохранимся на всякий случай.
Bye. That's impossible.
Do you know this thing?
It looks like someone I knew. Back from when I was still fighting for my father.
So she was a rebel.
She defied my father, same as I.
Whatever she was before, she is a revenant now.
Of course. A ghost seeking closure.
I've seen my share of undead, but this is new. What exactly is that?
Нет,
A revenant.
A wraith, or a Yalkadara, as the orcs call it. When a person dies with an unfulfilled desire, a scourge, that person may return to the world as a revenant, with the purpose of finding closure. It's a fascinating magical phenomenon.
Huh. She doesn't seem to be aware of us.
And no, it isn't. Revenants are guided by raw emotion and magical auras.
If a revenant is a ghost seeking closure, she's here for Isamo, for revenge.
Probably.
Isamo?
By the light.
You took me, Tahar. You took me. You took Zane. You took your own child. But it's over now. I found you.
I believe it thinks you are Isamo.
Helena, I...
Alright, here goes nothing.
No. No!
На магии больше подвержена, я вижу. Ну, мощная, мощная.
What do we need? Corporal?
Она тут понавызывала.
It's over. She's dead.
She has been for a long time, Tahar. I don't know what she meant to you, but this...
Will she come back? As another revenant?
Revenants only return once. If not, this world would be haunted by thousands.
I don't understand what...
It doesn't mean anything. A revenant's mind, if you can call it that, doesn't...
Let's just move on. Books, books, books. Did my father read all these?
Unlikely.
Погодите, а здесь тоже проход открывается, что ли, я не пойму, или как? Да, тоже открывается. Опа, вот так вот.
Tiara's breath. I suppose this is where he molded those bodies.
Fascinating. I wonder how this apparatus works. As you want.
Не пропустили. Что-то вот непонятное. Не пойму, о чем тут чего. Понятно. Ничего здесь. Еще чуть не пропустил.
Fine. Zarek guides me.
They will fall.
For the fire wielders!
You'll regret this.
Get ready.
Interesting.
Подземелье напоминает в этом. Все, что ли?
That way?
Sure.
A fine plan.
Do you hear that?
The Song of White.
Yes, but it's clearer. It seems to be coming from down that hallway.
Then we know where we have to go.
Так, а мы все тут облазили-то. Что-то не все наплечники нашел и так далее.
The song. It has stopped.
Indeed. Incredible. All this energy. I've never felt anything like it.
And I still don't like it. Whatever's behind the door, we need to be wary.
Any thoughts?
No.
I'm sorry.
Whatever is in there, you, the pariah, needs to face it alone.
This is foolish.
It doesn't matter. It's the All-Father's will, and we will obey.
This is too dangerous.
No. You will do it.
Else?
Else, you will suffer the consequences. With the command to kill you all on sight.
But this is crazy. We have no idea.
You will handle it.
I don't really have a choice.
You don't.
All right. Then let's get this over with. Just stay put.
Ну, это он специально все сделал.
No turning back now.
Так, здесь ящиков никаких нет. Это самый момент такой важный, кстати.
Tiara's breath.
My child. Finally.
What is this? Who are you?
Your mother. I'm your mother.
Так, отвлекли немножечко меня тут.
Wait. You? Say that again?
I'm your mother. You are the blood of my blood. My child. My son. And you finally come. You've come to save me.
I don't understand.
I'm your mother. The quiet man, Isamo. He molded you from my blood. And after all this time, you finally
Не буду ничего комментировать.
Please, child, sit down. I believe we have a lot to talk about. You are silent.
Yes. I'm sorry. All this, it's a lot to take in.
I feel the same way. All those years I've spent in this slumber, only to wake up and be experimented upon by your father. To be given a child in some grotesque, unholy ritual. I still wonder if this is really happening. Or maybe just a strange dream.
I'm afraid it isn't. Why is it that you call Isamo the Quiet Man?
Well, I did not know his true name until years after my awakening. And before that, he hardly spoke. So this is what my mind always called him.
So, you've been in this stasis until I came here, and I somehow set you free?
I was awake, but at the same time I wasn't. Whatever the Quiet Man did after he woke me, it left me in this haze. I didn't see, I couldn't move, but I could hear, and I could feel.
That must have been horrible.
It was, and there were times where I just wished that he would finally end it.
Why can I understand you? We don't speak the same tongue, do we?
We don't know, but you joined your spirit to the Nexus, didn't you? Our minds are connected. Thus, I can hear you, and you can hear me.
You said that my father created me. What is that supposed to mean?
I am not sure if I can even give you an answer to that. But I will try to explain. See, my child, the Quiet Man, Isamo, I do not think he ever considered me a living being. What he saw me as was a tool to the essence.
The essence?
The source of all magic. Your father's race, they are only able to access a glimpse, a twinkle from an endless sea. We, the Zalon were different. We have always been closer to the essence. We had understood our promise, and that had made us powerful.
So, the essence is the place all magic comes from.
Yes, but there were and probably are many names for it. The essence is only what my people called it.
Did you ever try to resist, to break free?
Of course, but it was pointless. I could not speak and I could not move, and even my magic could not aid me.
So, you're saying that my father wanted to use you to gain access to this essence?
Yes, he was obsessed with the idea of gaining power, and to him, I was the key. But what he was trying to do, transferring my aura, my powers onto himself, was impossible. And he realized that quickly.
Why was it impossible?
Because an aura is as unique as a person's eyes or their fingertip skin. It cannot simply be put on and off.
Ну, тут
like a
основы
helmet
такие
or a
объясняются.
glove. And it dies with its owner.
Which is why he tried to find another way to gain access to your powers.
Yes, he tried transferring my energy to a talisman, to these flesh creatures he created, and countless other ways, but it was all in vain. These experiments went on for years, and even though I couldn't see and couldn't speak, I felt it all. Then he created you. His train of thought was simple. If my aura could not be transferred...
But how is that even possible? A shaper and a human?
It is possible. The way we conceive, how we bring forth new life, it is different from what you are used to.
How?
It's complicated, and I do not want to talk about it with my own child. What matters is it worked. Down here, on this altar, I gave life to you.
I'm sorry. This is a lot to take in.
I understand. Believe me, I do. Oh, but now that you're here, it feels surreal. As if all this is just an illusion. A mirage.
So this is where the nightmare comes from, isn't it?
What nightmare?
Ever since I was a child, I had these dreams. I think I saw this place, the creatures my father created, the images. They were so vivid, so real. But whenever I told Isamu about them, he just shrugged it off. I always felt they were connected to something that had happened a long time.
Yes, that is possible. Quite often, our dreams remind us of the things we have long forgotten.
So I am half shaper. How come it doesn't show?
Once again, this has to do with the way we conceive, but I do not want to talk about it. I hope you understand.
What happened then? What did Isamu do?
He took you away. For what purpose, I do not know. But it is evident that it did not work. Even through you, he could not obtain access to the essence. As for what happened afterward, that is a question you are more fit to answer than I am. And once you freed me, I want you to tell me all.
I still can't believe you're a shaper.
Shaper. That's how the Quiet Man called me too. We called...
I know, but how is it possible that you're still alive? I thought you were extinct.
Yes, so it seems. I was
But how did your people die?
I do not know how my people died. Believe me, child, I have spent... I was one of the Yulas caste. The scientists, the scholars, the priests.
The Scourge?
A disease. It had been ravaging through our empire for over a decade at that time. It ate us up from the inside.
Huh. Most scholars who studied your people...
Then they are wrong. We had found cures for many of them, yes. But even these... And there was no cure for the Scourge.
But you survived. How?
Through a ritual, an experiment. The idea was to... Looking back, I wonder why I was so eager to keep living. I was just a power-hungry woman. By the face of time, it's strange to tell you this. Millennia have passed.
How old were you when...
90 years. Half my lifespan was already gone.
I know,
Yes.
but...
Давайте остальные спросим.
It ate us up from the inside. Then and then
But you said...
through a looking like
So you were a mage?
a member of the priest caste, yes. But this is not the time to share memories. Once and we will talk. There are so many things I need to know about this.
I know, but... This...
It ate
Давайте
us
еще
up.
раз.
Then and
But you...
through a looking like
Then the experiment worked?
so it seems. Only that when I woke up, our minds do not seem to be so different. So I believe you can imagine how I felt. It was terrifying, like a nightmare.
What exactly happened when I touched your hand earlier? How did I wake you?
You don't know.
How should I?
Yes, how should you? I am sorry, child. You see, a shaper does not always have that connection to the essence the quiet man was looking for. When they come of age, there is an event called the melding. The child, guided by her creators,
Ну, это объясняется, чем он отличается и так далее.
within. Your father, he did not know this, which is why you could never give him what he wanted.
So this is what happened? You...
It's less of a ritual, but something that happens with age. It would have happened far earlier if we had not been separated. And the energy that was set free also lifted my curse.
But what does that mean? That I can now access the essence?
No, the melding only provides the child with a key. Finding the door is a lifelong quest. But yes, deep down inside you have unlocked something. A potential for the enormous power Isamu had been looking for.
But I still don't understand. What is the story behind that song? You said that you called out to me so that I could find and save you.
Yes, I have done nothing else since your father took you from me. But it was only a short time ago that I finally started to feel that I could sense your presence somewhere out there. Thus, I tried to focus my thoughts onto you and sent them out into the world. Telepathy, as you call it. The song must have been the way the dark corners of my mind expressed my emotions.
The dark corners of your mind?
Well, every spirit has two sides. One that the mind can see, and the other one...
My father died a year ago. Could this be the reason that we only started hearing the song 6 moons ago?
He is dead?
Yes. He started a rebellion against our kingdom and fell in the final battle.
I see. I always knew it would come to that, you know. His hunger, this glare in his eyes. I knew it would consume him eventually.
How does that make you feel?
That is a good question. I do not know. I expected to feel relief, joy, triumph even.
So his death broke whatever spell he had imposed on you. And because of that, your telepathy finally carried through the walls of this place.
That is the only explanation. Yes.
So it was telepathy. But how come only certain people heard you? Only mages?
Is it not obvious? Because having magic means standing close to the essence. And only those who stand close are receptive to might. I did not know the form my thoughts would take on, but it seems that for us, it was a song. There is poetry in that, isn't there?
I think there's something you don't know.
What do you mean?
Your song. It was lethal to everybody who wasn't gifted with magic. Thousands of people died. Men, women.
But the name of the song, I didn't know.
I just don't understand. Why did the song kill people without magic?
I don't know. Maybe it was too much for their minds to bear.
But it's over now, isn't it?
Yes, it should be, but... Oh, please, wait. There's someone here.
What are you...
No!
Не просто так он говорил, что один должен быть.
I'm sorry. It was necessary.
What did you do?
What do you think? I fulfilled Aenir's prophecy. Searching for a cure, the pariah seeks the truth. A lost mother will be found and awoken from her slumber, and thus allows me to receive her essence.
You knew about this? You knew about my mother?
Yes, I did. I knew that the blood burn was caused by a Shaper mother looking for her lost child. But what I didn't know was where to find her. So I had to find the child instead. Which I did.
Вероломный товарищ.
Though I certainly did not expect it to be Isamo Tahar's son.
But why? What for?
Isn't it obvious? Because I needed her essence. The key to the Archfire, as we call it. Through its power, I will... I'm sorry, Tahar. Your mother, she will now serve the greater good. I hope you understand.
Understand? You bloody killed her!
She is not dead. Her body may be, but not her mind. Inside that amulet, she's still alive. It's what your father had always tried to accomplish, but never did.
Негодяй.
Where are the others? What did you do to them?
Put to sleep. Don't worry, I didn't kill them.
If you...
I did not kill them. As defilers, they will be put to justice, but that has not been done yet.
I don't get it. You did all this only to get access to the essence? To the Archfire?
No. The blood burn had to be stopped. Unlike what you might believe, I do care about the people of Io. Just as the All-Father. But he also told me something else. That purifying the world, freeing it from defilers, and making people see their...
Why?
It's called the opening of the gates. A rift, a portal. One through which Aenir can step back into this world. And this is what he chose me for. His most loyal servant.
Give me that amulet now, or...
No, I will not. Your mother is what we should all be, a tool of the All-Father. Either way, once again, I am truly sorry. But the All-Father's visions were clear. The pariah needs to die.
But I helped you, for heck's sake. I'm the only...
I know you are, but it's the All-Father's will. Just try
Какая
to see it
странная
as the
воля
honor
самого
it is.
главного бога.
Many of my scions would have given a lot to play such a pivotal role in Aenir's...
No, this isn't...
No, Tahar. There...
Yes? You'll regret this.
Я его заборю, я думаю.
What's next?
Why do you resist? It's pointless.
Бесполезно.
No,
It's over, Lacane.
No. Believe me, it isn't. Time to put your mother's magic to the test.
What the... What is this?
Да. Так. Ну что ж.
Ellen's reins. Hey, quick, over here! Yes, yes, just like that. Stay with us, Corporal. Stay with us.
What's the matter? What happened?
Tahar's awake.
Lord Marshal Arendir, what in blazes are you doing here?
It's a long story, but I'm here as an ally.
Yes, and there will be plenty of time for the lengthy explanations later. First, I want to know how you're feeling, Tahar. Sorry to say it like this, but you look like shit.
Charming as always, but I'm fine. Just dizzy. What happened? I just remember Lacane and my mother.
Your mother? You mean the Shaper?
Yes. It's hard to explain. She was in some kind of stasis when my father found her, and my father used her for his experiments. I don't know how to say this, but the blood burn, it was her doing. When my father died, she tried to call out to me by telepathy. That's what caused the plague.
All right, I think his head wound is worse than we thought.
It's the truth, Aria. And Lacane didn't only want me to stop the blood burn. He needed me to lead him to my mother.
Well, that's a lot to take in, I guess. But why your mother?
I'm not. She is my mother.
All right. Start over from the beginning. What happened when you walked into that chamber? Sounds absurd. Absurd.
Well, I doubt he's lying, King Regent. And actually, it makes sense. It explains a lot, for example, why he could activate the portals, enter Mullendir, and why he had this vision. Though I have to admit, it's not what I expected from our little trip to the Eye. Not at all.
Speaking of which, how did we get out of that dungeon?
Well, as you know, I was unconscious too, so I can only tell you what the soldiers told me. But after that explosion, it was as if the skies had started raining fire. Lacane's soldiers panicked and rushed into the dungeon to save him. It must have also alarmed our troops who were waiting at the borders. They marched in and used the confusion to get us out too. I mean, at the time, the Purity still thought we were allies and vice versa.
Apparently. But why in blazes are you here, Lord Marshal? And how long was I out for?
It's just anger now. I think we've moved past the titles. And to answer your question, you were out
5 weeks.
Yes. To be honest, if your vital signs hadn't remained steady...
Which leads us to your mother. You mentioned something about Lacane.
Yes. He somehow absorbed her spirit to gain access to the Archfire. That's what my father always...
And I assume, by Archfire, you're talking about some extremely powerful source of magic.
The source of all magic. Yes.
So the theories are true.
An explanation of what?
Well, the Harbinger has gone rampant. Briefly put, the Purity of Light has taken over almost all of Leonider. The Eye, Greyfell, Greykeep, everything.
Greykeep? How is that
They were already in the keep when Lacane gave the order, and we simply didn't... And yes, I know what you're about to say. But it's my fault, because I tolerated the Purity in the first place.
What about the Queen? Is she...
She's alive. The Harbinger knows he can't kill her, because if he does and word gets out, according to our spies, the Queen's Guard and the Purity have struck some kind of bargain.
Wait, so the Purity controls the keep, and the Queen's Guard just plays along?
Yes, it sounds absurd, I know. But the Queen's Guard, though I doubt Lacane's long-term plan sees the Queen at his side, which is just another reason to hurry.
And he's wielding the power of the Archfire?
Some incredibly powerful form of magic, yes. And it adds up. He absorbed your mother's spirit, and it allows him to do the things he now does.
But why? Why start a war against all of Northander?
To prepare Io for the arrival of Aeonir. You remember that nonsense his priests always preach?
Yes. That's why they want to clear the world of sin.
Well, it seems that they've spiced up their idea a little since it was taking too long. It's not just mages they kill anymore, but everybody who doesn't convert to their religion. Soldiers, women, men. They all get to choose. Join the Purity and accept the light, or be killed on the spot.
then we need to stop him.
We do.
Be that as it may, your recovery couldn't be more timely.
What about the charges?
Is that still important?
It is to me.
That's very honorable of you, Tahar. Given the recent events, your sentence has been lifted. You are pardoned. And if that is your wish, you can be reinstated as a corporal of the Northander army. That, and my apology, is all.
So you acknowledge?
I don't think this is something we should discuss now. We can talk about it later. Do you accept my offer?
That would mean a lot.
Good. However, we cannot make this official until Greykeep is reclaimed.
How did you even get here?
Later, Tar. I'll tell you all you want to know, but
for what it's worth, the encounter with my mother...
Elaborate.
Well, when I awoke my mother, it did...
Less fancy words, please. What did it do?
Well, I think it allows me to control a part of the Archfire, too. Just like the Harbinger does.
Finally, some good news.
Indeed. Anything that can help us battle the Kane.
No. I'm still trying to figure out...
I see.
Since you saved me from the...
She's here, in the Nexus. We saved her, but she seems to be in some kind of a coma. For a while, we thought it was the same as your condition, but now that you've told us the full story, it may...
One more reason to stop him.
I was hoping you'd say that. Maybe we'll even get our chance sooner than expected. Lekane is...
Come again?
He knows where we are, and he's planning an attack on the city. He might arrive today or tomorrow, but soon, which is why we need to...
Lord Marshal.
Speaking of Nor.
The Purity. They are here, as you said. What are your orders, sir?
Put up defenses all around the perimeter and protect the Nexus at all cost. How many are they?
Hundreds, sir. And House Utran is supporting them too. Your sister is leading them.
Myra?
I'm afraid so.
Wait. You're saying that House Utran is working for the Purity of Light now? And they're led by Lady Myra Utran?
As I said, yes. It could be anything, though. Maybe Lekane forced her to comply.
Then make sure that she does not get harmed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. There needs to be an explanation for this. Either way, we need to fend them off. Are you able to fight?
I think so. Yes.
Good. Then you're back in charge. Let's head out.
Ух ты. Подумать, что... Я обычно магию стихи выбирал. Потому что это не только землетрясение и так далее дает. Потом вот так вот буду качаться в эту ветку. Ну просто Армагеддон — это вещь, конечно, огненная. Все прокачаем. Тоже. На этом мы в любом случае сейчас заканчиваем прохождение именно на сегодня. Да. Дальше это не дело одного момента, очень важный момент — это оборона цитадели. В любом случае, спасибо за просмотр, ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии, подписывайтесь на канал. С вами был Здравствуйте. До свидания, товарищи.